everyone, my name is Sam and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something that confuses and amazes some people, and it's street parking in Manhattan for free. So I've been living here for almost 3 years now, and I've lived in Harlem, I lived in the Upper West Side, and now I currently live on the Upper East Side. And all these apartments, I have parked my car for free, minus 2 parking tickets that I got, but all in all, it's helped me save a lot of money, since garages can cost upwards of $500-$600, even I think $800 if you're closer to Midtown per month. So I'm just going to go over some tips and tricks and things that you should think about if you're debating on street parking your car here. So to get into it, you have to think about your work schedule. So my job's outside of New York City. I do a reverse commute, so I don't have to worry about alternate side parking. And basically what alternate side parking means is there's these little street signs that I'm just like looking at one right now because I'm sitting in my car during the alternate side parking, that basically mean you have to move your car for street cleaners. Now, since my car's not here during the day because I'm usually in the office, I don't have to worry about this. I can park on whatever side of the street I want and not worry about it. The only caveat to that now is that with the pandemic, I've been working from home. So when there are street cleaner, if I'm parked on a street cleaning side for one day, like where I am right now, I have my mobile hotspot for work, and I bring my laptop and I do my work from my car. And then when the street cleaners come, I just move my car up and then move it back. I have to do that once a week because with COVID, they've changed it from twice a week to once a week. So that's just something that I deal with now, but it's really not that bad. But on a normal day-to-day basis, when it's not COVID, I don't have to worry about it because I'm not here. The other thing that you have to worry about or think about is how patient you are. And patience is something that's really important, because I would say 90% of the time when I'm here, I can find a spot within 5 to 10 minutes of coming home. It's really not that bad, honestly. I find my spot, go around a few corners, and boom, done. Now, that other 10% of the time, it's absolutely a nightmare. Sometimes one time it took me, I think, like an hour to find a spot. That other 10% of the time, it really tests your patience, but you really have to kind of like weigh the pros and cons. If you don't have the money to put your car in a garage, spending, an hour twice a week, an hour maybe like twice a month trying to find a spot might be worth it to you. But for other people that have more money, it might not. So it just depends on whatever floats your boat. And then the other thing that I would say too is when I did move here, I budgeted to have my car in a garage, because if this didn't work, I would have been screwed. So that's something else you think about too. Like it's probably not a great idea to move here and be like, I have no option, I have to street park my car, because depending on what neighborhood you live in, depending on, how easy or hard it is for you, it might be just easier for you to put your car in a garage. Like I said, it's all about personal preference. But for me personally, haven't had a problem with it. So I'm going on 3 years now without a garage, but you should always think about how much it's going to cost to put your car in a garage, just in case something happens and, street parking doesn't work for you. The other thing that you have to think about is you kind of have to pay attention to details. And what I mean by that is, the most guaranteed way probably to get the parking ticket is if you park in front of something that you're not sure if you should be there or not, and you're like, oh, I should be fine. I most likely won't get a ticket. Like, I should be okay. Because honestly, if you have that thought, you're probably gonna get a ticket. If you don't think you should park somewhere, you probably shouldn't be parked there. And some people might think like, oh wow, this is like a lot of stuff to worry about. For me, my most frequent search is, can I park in front of XYZ in New York City? So if I'm parked and there's a stop line and then there's a crosswalk, I'll Google, can I park, across a stop line in front of a crosswalk in New York City? And there's always like a plethora of information. This has helped me avoid a lot of, potential tickets. If there's a fire hydrant, don't park in front of it. If there's no stopping, no standing, don't do that. I used to live on an avenue in the Upper West Side, and it was metered parking from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So if I got home really late from work one day, I would just park there because I knew I was going to be out by 7 a.m. the next morning. But one time I overslept and I woke up at 7:25 and there was a ticket on my windshield. Was it annoying? Yeah, but could I get mad? No, because it was past 7. And like I said, if you're parked someplace you shouldn't be, you're going to get ticketed. So just something else to think about, just to make sure you're really paying attention to the signs. Obviously, you need to know how to parallel park. I think that's kind of a given. You don't need to be like a super expert. You just kind of have to know how to do it. And then trust me, if you're doing it every day, you'll become an expert, in no time. And then I'm trying to think of anything else, but that's pretty much it. This isn't a video to like discourage anyone. It's just to kind of lay out my experience of street parking in the city, and just to let you know, like, it is possible, it is doable. It just depends on the things I just, laid out, like your work schedule, how patient you are, if you really do want to save that money. Do you also too, you want to have a bumper guard. My car hasn't gotten like too many scratches, but like my back bumper is, does have some. So if you have a really nice car and you don't want it to get scratched, and put it in a garage, but if you have any questions, or if there's anything else that you want me to comment on, just leave some comments in the below, area. I'll answer whatever I can to the best of my ability. And if there's any other topics that you want me to talk about, just let me know. And I hope this was informative and you enjoyed the video. Thanks.